Many of them are surrounding. They want this to happen.
This is Trump doing his deal with
this to happen, and I think
Israel.
You know that very well. You're going to have tremendous support from your neighbors.
All it sounds like
beyond your neighbors.
is we're giving money to everybody.
Executed well, 1 million great new Palestinian jobs will be created.
1 million Palestinian jobs. What about American jobs? Everything, you know, everything that they say, you just have to say the tax dollars from your children. The children of America are going to be enslaved constantly and forever because we keep giving money to everybody else. We keep buying our way into these issues. Peace plan.
Very, very capable people.
I will watch. I'll try to re-watch the whole thing, but I know what it's going to say. And I've said this. I've said that Trump's a Moses figure, but I've also said in my videos prior to any of that that there will not be another Moses except for Christ. So even though I've stated that he's a Moses figure, it's always with a watchful eye. Better be careful what's going on, because one always comes to deceive. I like Trump in many ways, and I think he's there to do this. He's there to bring this. It's just the way it is. Everybody has thought that the Muslims and what have you would forcibly bring upon these things, in time things, in days things. But that's not the way God always works sometimes. Sometimes he brings it from within. And that's what this is. Don't think my other things aren't coming true either, as far as the death of people. You're gonna see a lot of things. I don't see a lot of things happening. But this is historic. Peace, peace. They're crying peace, peace. This is just the plan, I guess. Right? What happens? What happens when they cry peace, peace?
The challenges of statehood. I sent a letter today to President Abbas. I explained to him that the territory allocated for his new state will remain open and undeveloped for a period of 4 years. During this time, Palestinians can use all appropriate deliberation to study the deal, negotiate with Israel, achieve the criteria
Didn't they
for statehood,
talk about something about years?
Wonderful state. President Abbas, I want you to know that if you choose the path to peace, America and many other countries will.
If you choose the path of peace, that's always the thing.
In so many different ways.
Now I'm getting kind of pissed off. I'm so tired of my children being enslaved in a tax system that pays to pay for all this shit. We pay enormous amounts of money every year to all these countries. Israel, everything. Saudi Arabia, the list is freaking insane how much money we pay out to these countries. That's the only reason why we're even in the position we're in now, because we loan all this money to everybody, and now they're kind of bound by that money. Render to Caesar's what is Caesar's. Caesar knew, Christ knew. He said, if you give yourself up to the money of men, and that's where you want your heart to be, then give your heart to Caesar. If you want to give your heart to God, give your heart to God. Anyways.
Is growing up with no hope. We have to take care of the region's youth and existing in harmony with one's neighbors. Since that time, immense progress has been made.
Whatever.
A growing number of nations have taken strong.
I can't listen to it. It's like everybody. Here's one thing about the world. I'll tell you this. You know, when I used to travel, or when if I go to another state, even I'm invited somewhere. People view you a lot differently. You know, they actually think you're something better than what you are. But when you go back home, you're nothing. It's just the same way with Jesus. He was the same way. When he came back, they were all going, oh, you're talking about Joseph's kid? You know. And that's how it was. When he left, when he'd go to other places, they would accept him. And they listened. But when he came back to his own hometown, And it's like, that's the carpenter's kid, you know. And the same thing happens in the world today. Trump goes over to these other countries, buddy buds with them. Everybody's looking outside. Everybody's looking at other places. They're trying to say who has what land and rights to what land. Look, it wasn't even, the promise was given to Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and Israel, which was Jacob. Not to this crap. This is a made-up thing. These are all Canaanites. Canaanites. He's a big-ass freaking Canaanite. My grandmother, who was a prophet, she saw a lot of things. She gave birth to a prophet, which gave birth to another prophet. You're looking at him right now. And she hated this man. She hated Netanyahu. She did not like him. She saw firsthand in Israel how they treated Palestinians. I remember I did a video 2 years back where I talked about meeting a Palestinian in an airport in Denver, and we just struck up a conversation. And I just done a show in not Chicago, but Cincinnati, but the thing is that when she saw me, she kind of says, you know, you remind me of like a Moses or something like that. And it was like, wow, really? And then we had this conversation. She showed me pictures that she'd just been to Israel, and she'd just been here and there, and she took pictures, and she said, you need to do your show in Israel. And so now that I'm saying this, and now that I'm thinking about it, that's my goal. I need to do my show in Israel. Conversation with God. It's time. I started it 4 years ago. I had promoters that made a bunch of promises and didn't do shit for me. Never got any decent shows. Never did anything. I had to do everything my freaking self. You know? And so I'm going to try to find another promoter, another manager. I just need a few shows in a few different areas. I'm telling you, everybody that saw my show, A Conversation with God, which I will, I'll try to put a link up to some of the stuff that I did, so you get a better understanding. But everybody walked away, you know, almost as breathless as what I wanted them to do with my music. But
used to divide and totally oppress the Middle East. In truth, Jerusalem is liberated.
Anyways, I'm sure all my anyways, whatever. I'm not gonna continue to talk about certain things, because it's like you start talking about certain things to people and in a broad format like this, and most people don't even get it, because they don't get it. They don't read their word. They don't read it with understanding. They just dribble and barf out the crap somebody else has told them, and their narrative, that how they told them, instead of reading it for themselves. But they cry peace, peace, and soon destruction will follow. I can't remember where that's at. I know we're not quite there yet, but he says 4 years, which is interesting, because 4 years puts us, well, 4 years would be at the end of the 3 years of next year, which puts us kind of in a timeline of what I wrote about. So anyway, I'm trying to find where it says peace, peace. They cry peace, peace. See if I can find it real quick. Anyways, I might not be able to find it as quickly as I thought. With me, I remember areas on the page usually, if I can. If it's the same style of Bible, it's in the same kind of area. It's either on the right side or the left side. It's in the top or in the bottom. Anyways. I can't remember where that was written, but Anyways, we'll talk at you later. A lot of crap happening in the world. I think you're going to see 2020 is going to be it's the setup for next year, dude. Got to get right with God. Maybe I should really start focusing on my conversations with God. I mean, it's still a perfect timing thing. It's anybody that's ever seen it that knows it, which I don't think anybody watched these videos even knows that I've done that. There's a lot of things that people really don't know about me, because it's kind of like sometimes if I even say that, I even get more hate than I get already. So, yeah, you think you do so much, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, Malachi signing out. Church for state. Hug your kids, call your parents, go see a neighbor. Repent and be baptized. The end is coming. It's short. Time is short. Got to get your crap together. Drink some coffee while you can. You can order some of mine. If you want to drink my coffee, just send me a message or something, and I'll get you a way to buy some. Sell you a pound of coffee. It's like $14. But it's freshly roasted, like roasted and then shipped to you, not roasted, set on the shelf for a month and then you get it. You taste it. You always taste the difference. Anyways, talk at you later. Bye. Oh, hug your kids, call your parents, go see a neighbor, repent and be baptized. My coffee almost got me crazy there. It's because it's the explosion of awesomeness and the perfect roast and the taste and everything. All right. See ya. Bye.